All right, you ready?
Okay, here we go.
You ready? Okay. What's up, y'all? I'm back. I'm here with Cassie. This is Words on the Street. Thank y'all. So,
Hey.
yeah, say what's up, Cassie. A lot of
What's up,
people ain't
y'all?
seen
How
you in
we
a
doing?
while.
How we doing? How we feeling?
Exactly. So, Cassie obviously is not in person. We got her on the screen, and
Yeah.
we're gonna get into
Live
it.
in effect, baby.
Yeah. So, before I get into it, is there anything you want to get into? Anything you just want to say before? We do this at the beginning and at the end.
Look, if y'all looking for a fitness trainer, a motivator, I am that girl. We do not need to be in person to get you going, to get you started. If you need help, I can get you going today, tonight, tomorrow. It's all on you. Ain't no excuses but to do it, and I'm here.
And we're going to get into that. You're going to send me your links to or whatever.
Yeah.
Your number,
Yeah.
whatever it is for people to be able to find you. But we're going to get into that. I got a whole little clipboard
I'm
right
on
here.
TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat, no Facebook.
Okay. I got a little handy dandy clipboard and we're going to go through it. If we get into any conversation and it's just somewhere you don't want to go, just let me know. Okay. I'm looking straight at you, but the camera is up here that you're looking through. So it's hard for us.
Am I looking correctly?
You're looking correctly because you're talking. You're talking to me, but the camera can see you from this way.
Okay.
So you're
good.
Cool. So you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Are you originally from Lompoc?
Not born in Lompoc, but raised in Lompoc.
Raised in Lompoc.
How would you? I was born in Chicago, South Side.
Okay. Do you still remember being on the South Side, or you just know that's where you were at?
I remember just a little snippet being a project baby.
Yeah.
But I don't remember too much. Just the snow, the cold, projects, and then when I moved to Cali, my family back in Chicago never let me really forget where I was born.
For sure.
So they they keep me on the up and up to make me feel like I'm still in Chicago. Because all of my family is originally in Chicago still.
Okay. Have you went to visit?
No, and that's the sad part.
You need to know your kinfolk.
It's been years.
Yeah, you should. Deadass, you should.
That is on my wish list, though. I really do want to go visit my people in Chicago. I got a few family in Cali. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But my main,
your roots. Your roots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My roots.
How would you describe your upbringing in Lompoc?
Oh man. I want to say it was all in between. It was fun. It was bad times. It was a lot of learning. Yeah. Like I said, a lot of fun. More than bad at first. Yeah. As a kid, it was a lot of fun. When you say coming up with a lot of people.
You said more than bad at first. Did it switch?
At first.
Did it switch to that was more bad than good?
Yes, like coming up as a kid, everything was fun. Everything was go out, party, do stuff you shouldn't be doing, but we were still having our fun, as teenagers and stuff. But then once I got into my 20s, I already had left Lompoc, started my own journey. Yeah. A good few times. I had a lot of setbacks, so that's why I said it was fun, not fun, fun. So it was a lot of
back and forth. I got you. We gonna talk about the setbacks, but I want to go so we don't miss nothing. But I'm gonna come back to that. What's something about your story people would never expect just looking at you?
Oh man. That's deep because a lot of people see me as like this happy person all the time. Mm-hmm. Right? They just think like ain't nothing going on with her. She always happy. She always silly and goofy. Don't be taking nothing serious. Yeah. For a while, I was like that. I was like that. And then when life started to happen, I became not so goofy and not so silly to where people were telling me like, hey, where that Cass at that used to be funny, used to be silly, used to be goofy with that Kool-Aid smile every day, Yeah. And that's because life started to happen to me. like I said, as you get older, you start to really see real life. As a kid, you don't really see it. You just see it as having fun for the time being. This is dope. This is what I'm doing. I'm living, But as you get older, you do hit a lot of things with, relationship wise, family, losing friends, rather be losing friends to death, right? Losing friends because y'all had fallouts. Yeah. But when I lost my grandma, that's when I lost myself for a while. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people didn't know that. Some of them did. A few of the homegirls did. Yeah. Some were there for me. Even though it's been 10 plus years now, I still live with that because that was the closest. She was the closest to me at the time. Yeah. Until I lost my grandpa, which was her ex-husband, my mom's dad. Okay.
Is it, even though you were the goofy, you were the funny one, did you keep that mask on? Like, was your vulnerability behind that?
Yeah. I laughed a lot because I always tell people I don't like to cry. I feel like I'm weak. I don't like to be weak. Yeah. I don't like people to see me weak and vulnerable because I feel like they will have that over me and go tell the next person. And you know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody is genuine for you to break down in front of like that. So yeah, I always.
Why do you think it makes you feel weak if you cry? Like when I was growing up, I know you grew up with males, right? More males than females. And I remember growing up when I would get upset or I would cry, as females do, my dad would tell me, stop crying. Right. So I always wonder, like, so when I hear females say, like, they can't let that, I just wonder, like, where did it come from you? Because I know where it came from me.
Being around boys, like, I have my mom and stuff, but being around my brothers, being the only girl between them, there was no crying. They didn't cry, so I'm like, I don't need to be crying. What do I need to cry for or cry about? Even though there's plenty to cry about. Yeah. But I don't know if it's just me personally too as well, where I have to be this person that just holds everything in. Because I've always been like that too. Mm-hmm. Not just keeping the cries in, but just keeping the hurt, keeping the pain. Yeah. And that's why it's always hard for people to figure me out unless I want to tell it. And even then when I tell it, I don't tell it all. Yeah. Have you found a way to be able, because it sounds like it was like a mask. Like you had to, have you come to a place where you're able to shed that sometimes, or how is that? I still struggle with that. Yeah. Yeah. I do. As a 35-year-old woman, yeah. I still struggle with that today. Yeah. Yeah. I heard you kind of stutter step when you were like, as a 35-year-old woman, do you think that your sexuality plays into that? I go off of intuition. So that's what I felt with that hesitation. And so that's where that was the middle part. Young. Okay. You're crazy. But you know what I'm saying? I was gonna say young black queen. Okay. I love that. Because I still carry the thing is with that beat, I love being a woman. For sure. I know what I am. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I've had people ask me, why don't you want to be a trans since you dress like this? Because for one, trans and being a lesbian is two different things. Please explain that. I know the difference, but that's very interesting that people would say that to you, because I think that that's a thought in a lot of people's mind who don't understand sexuality. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because what that is, because they look at you like, oh, well, she dressed like a boy. Well, first of all, when we all came up as little girls, didn't we all dress like tomboys? Yeah. Were we all tomboys? I just want to know that. Yeah. Right? Yeah. We had the swishy windbreaker pants and Nike outfits, Adidas snaps, and all that. Yeah. But coming up, I was a basketball player and a dancer, so I dressed both ways coming up at first because I wasn't even fully out. I didn't know what I was. I was talking to women. I was talking to men. Yeah. At the age that I was, I still wore skinny jeans. You know, like everything still fit. Even right now, you know, my clothes don't be big. I don't wear big clothes.
They don't define you.
I don't do any of that. I just wear boy clothes.
Yeah. So it doesn't.
And you've seen the way I dress. You know I don't sag.
Yeah. But I guess from the outside looking in, somebody would look at you as more of, and I don't even like to say masculine, because your clothes aren't supposed to define you. Just because you're wearing that doesn't mean that in your household the roles aren't another way. Just because you feel like putting on sweats and you know what I mean. So I understand that, but I think from the outside looking in, for people who don't, I think the person who might have said that to you, they're totally ignorant to how sexuality works. I don't even know if sexuality is the right word. I think there's supposed to be a different word I'm using, because it's not sexuality. Yeah. It's your identity, how you. My identity. Yeah. Because I'm not grabbing on my, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not doing that. I still talk with my hands. Yeah. It's a lot of men who I ran into that respect how I am, right? Because they're like, damn. Not only do you still carry yourself as a female, as a woman, as a black young queen, but you don't do all that stuff that the others are doing. You not grabbing on your stuff. You not sagging. You not, you know, they were like, you're yourself. Yeah. You don't put too much on it. Do you find that men still recognize you as being a female, or do you feel like some men try to blur the lines of disrespect because of the way they might feel like you carry yourself? I've had both. I have a lot that feel like they have to tiptoe around me with that, and I have the ones who do be real and be like, damn, like I respect how you are. Yeah. Like I feel what you are. I like how you are, because at the end of the day, like I could tell a man, like, oh dang, you look good today. You look handsome, King. Like, you know, and when I talk like that to him, either some will get the wrong idea, or some will be like, we need more women like you. They're like, they're like, how can I say this without sounding disrespectful? And I was like, just say it, because there might not be another way to say it, right? Yeah. So they were like, well, dang, it kind of sucks that you rock that way, because the way that you talk to us, the way that you uplift us, and we don't have a lot of regular women doing that. That's not a lesbian. It's not. But how did you, because you said you dealt with men before too, and this isn't even on the cue card. This is just shit's in my mind right now. How did you blur the line? So you said, like, when you would talk to men, you would say like young king or things like that of affirmation. But how did you blur that line of if you were hitting on this man, or if you were just uplifting him? Like, did it ever confuse men? Like, whether you liked them or you were just like trying to be the homie? Because I know you hung out with a lot of males. Yeah, heck yeah. So how did that work? A lot of them, I don't think they were confused on my comment, but I do think it did get to some of their heads. Okay. Do you think that they still felt like, what do you feel do you think that any of them were ever intimidated by you? No, I feel like a lot of them told me they could be themselves around me. Okay. Do you think any of them were ever intimidated by the fact that you could also date their women? Yes. Okay. That's where we have some problems at. I've seen some of the issues you've had just in your life. And in my mind, it was, there was always other things that were in the forefront, but in my mind, it was, you're around all these men and you guys are all in the same dating pool. Yeah. And you're not accessible. So, okay. I just wanted to touch on that. I feel like word on the street, we need to touch on that. Right. Now that, if there was an issue, that was the main issue right there, what you just said. Okay. What you just said right there. So if I ever had any fallouts with the people who I thought was closer at those times, that's how it would happen. And a lot of times be like, I wouldn't want theirs. Yeah. Right?
not all that wasn't even the case like that. Sometimes it was mainly like the other way around.
Yeah. But was some of the time you were wrong? Was there any times where you okay.
Yeah. I guess now there was one incident that I do feel wrong about.
Yeah.
Right? Which I know you're aware of that one.
Okay, you're gonna have to remind me of it later because I don't remember. You know, people be on this podcast and be like, I know you know, and I'm like, bro, I don't. I forgot your bill. You've had one issue before when it was your bad. So with that, was that like a lesson for you, or how did that? Because I always wonder that dynamic. How does that work? Or do men?
I do feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Because, excuse me. Because it drew so much attention. Excuse me, that I didn't want or need.
Got you.
It brought too much like negative energy into my life that I didn't ask for, but I guess I did by initiating that.
Yeah, low key, you kind of asked for it.
Yeah,
with the universe, because what goes around comes around. Low key.
What comes around.
Yeah. I got you.
So if I'm apologetic about anything, that's the only thing that I'm apologetic about.
Yeah. Okay.
But other than that, I've never. But before that and after that, I've never done nothing to nobody. It was always someone trying to do it to me.
Okay.
But don't nobody talk about that part, though.
Don't nobody want to talk about that?
Don't nobody want to talk about that.
Okay. Tell me this. What kind of child were you growing up, Cassie?
Like if I was bad?
No, just what kind of child were you? Did you play with Barbies? Were you kicking the ball outside?
Yeah. I did it all. I had me a Barbie house. I had all the Barbies you can think of. Played a lot of sports, but mainly, track, basketball, and dancing.
Yeah. When I talked to you yesterday, you said that there was, and I told you, I stopped you because I said, I need this. I need to be able to, it to be the first time I hear it. But you mentioned something about your father. What is that situation? You said there was some confusion around it and you wanted to talk about it.
Can you repeat yourself? I'm sorry, it cut out at the beginning. Oh,
I said you were saying that there was some confusion, something about your father, and there was confusion about that, and you wanted to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. So you know how the whole situation, like how it became this, and why talk to women, start loving, liking them.
Well, I don't know that story, but we're not even. I said we're going by my clipboard. Listen, I said we're going by my clipboard, Cassie. Don't skip ahead.
Because it was gonna make me go into that part. That's why.
Okay, well let's. Okay, well hold on. We're gonna go there then.
Okay. Because that's how I'm gonna be able to kind of like go into that.
Okay. Well, let's talk about your sexuality right now. What is your sexuality?
I'm a full-blown lesbian.
Okay, what is
love my women?
What is full blown?
Not bisexual.
Not pansexual.
Nothing. Okay. Not transsexual. Yo-sexual.
Non-sexual. I got you. Okay, and so when did you get comfortable enough to? Well, hold on. Before we go there, is this your first lesbian? You're in a relationship, right?
Yeah, I'm in a relationship.
Is this your first lesbian relationship?
You know what? This is like my third.
Okay, so
I didn't have too many relationships, real ones. They were all just link up, talk.
When was the last male you dealt with?
I was never really. How can I put it? Like, like I said, again, being around boys, men, and stuff, right?
Yeah.
That played a part to where I never really had a relationship because I just thought what they did was cool, not having a relationship. So
they didn't have relationships, is what you said.
Like in my, I want to say my my 19s, 18s, 19s and stuff.
Yeah.
Just talking, like a lot of talking stages. But once I got in my 20s, I did have my first real relationship in my 20s, and that's how I ended up in Utah.
Was that with a male?
No, female.
When was the last time you dealt with a male?
Oh, with a male. Oh, man. I want to say maybe 15, 16.
What, I don't want to ask you what made you lesbian, because that kind of question isn't right? Because
go for it.
Yeah, but that's not the way I want to ask it, because some people believe that you were born this way, and I really don't know what I believe, so I want to make sure I respect it in all forms. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, but when did you start feeling like you were more interested in women, because you went through the transition of you were dealing with males and females, and then obviously there was some attraction that you had to females, and then you had a relationship, and now, as you say, you're a full-blown lesbian. So what was that? Like, what do you think? Where'd that come from? You know what? When I tried to date a male at the age 15 going to 16. Okay, don't drop names though. Don't drop names. Huh? No names. Don't drop names. Oh, okay. Yeah. I won't. It didn't feel right. I didn't feel comfortable. Okay. Oh, you said males. You said males. I thought you said a man's name. You said when I tried to date males. Okay. Yeah, males. Okay, my bad. Yeah. When I tried to date a man, it didn't feel comfortable to me in that way, because I told my partner the other day, it made me feel like it gave me the itch. Not saying they're icky, because I love my men. Like, I love my guys. But just for you. Think I love them. Yeah, I love them so much to where I would rather you be my brother. I would rather you be a close friend of mine. Yeah. Okay. So when I would try to be on that level with them, no go every time. Okay. It didn't work. But they tried. Try. Still. I don't know what they saw in me still to want to try, but they still tried. No matter what. Yeah. I mean, I respect it because they didn't give up, right? But then it was just, you know what, it's not working. So what took you into the transition in full females? Like, what was that? How did that work out? Because because the last when you left, you were with somebody and it was turmoil. Yeah. And you were in love. You were deep in the sauce. A lot of dip on your shit. Yeah. Yeah. I would have to say that was definitely my darkest time right there. Very dark. Yeah. What was dark about? To where I lost weight. I lost a lot of weight. I was super skinny. Wasn't eating. All I wanted to do was stay at work. I was security at the hospital out there. Yeah. So I was doing 12s, 14s, 16s, 18s. Come back, do it again. Yeah. To where I became like the main head security because of the hours I was just racking in. And then sometimes I overworked myself so much to where I caught bronchitis. Yeah. And I've never caught that before. What were you running away from in yourself that you weren't confronting with your partner? Like, what were you worried about? What weren't you taking care of you that was stopping you from fixing your situation, however it needed to be fixed? Probably like pain. Yeah. Pain that I didn't want to really deal with. Yeah. When you say pain, what do you mean? When I went through that, situation at the time. Yeah, just the pain that she was doing. I didn't want to come head to head with it a lot of times. Sometimes I was like, probably Delulu. You were. This is all about accountability here. So you know what I mean? I let you say it. I love that. You were. I love that for you. Hey, but I respect that because you out of all people, you saw me at my lowest and you saw me at my highest. It was to the point you had to pull up with Johnny and come get me from the house because I didn't want to come out. Yeah. That's true. That is something that I want to tell everybody. That's something that I don't want nobody to ever go through or feel. Yeah. What was it, like a depression or just like a
yeah? And I never been through depression. I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah. Tell me this: what's something from your childhood that still affects you today?
Not knowing who my real dad is. I had a dad around, and he's amazing. He still is amazing.
Yeah.
A good man, and that's my little brother's father.
Yeah.
But he knew too that I was not his, because the way it came out when I first came and visited him in Vegas. That's how that part started as well.
Yeah. You said he knew at that point. Did you know or no?
No. It was mentioned a little bit, but I didn't know for sure. What gave me confirmation was when my mom brought it to me when I was 21. She asked if my little brother's dad was my dad, or do I feel like he was, or do I look like him and whatnot. I was like, well, no, not really. I feel like obviously, I look like you. Like I'm my mama's twin, so, but I never thought nothing of it. I was like, but our toes and ankles pop when we get up out the bed in the morning. So I just thought that was something. And she just told me, well, what if I told you that wasn't your real father? That's, your stepfather, but the only father that you do know. It was shocking to hear at the age of 21 on my birthday, for one. That was a lovely birthday gift.
Yeah.
But I know she didn't do it to hurt my feelings or to hurt me intentionally. And she probably did it to protect me for whatever reason that was. I don't know the history with her and my real dad.
Yeah.
All I just know, I had my little brother's dad, and that was okay. That was good enough for me. So if I was never really told the real story, I still would have been fine with that. But now that I know the real story, I'm no longer okay with that.
Yeah. Have you been able to have that conversation with your mom?
Nope. I try, but it's like a closed book. Mm-hmm. I try to get information from her sisters, but they tell me to ask her. They're like, we know, but we want her to tell you. But they're like, yes, we do know your dad. Mm-hmm. So that gave me extra confirmation too. And then with my stepdad at the time, I was 21 when I visited him in Vegas, he introduced me to his friend as his stepdaughter, something he's never done. So that broke me. So that's how I found out like that.
That's how you found out for sure, is you saying?
For sure. Like, besides what my mom said, when I heard that from him, that was the icing on the cake. I was like, wow, so this is for real.
Why did you ever question why he introduced me? Yeah, why he introduced you like that?
You know what? I didn't have a chance to. I think my little brother did. I'm not too for sure what the answer was, but I do still want to ask him that.
Yeah.
Since I'm asking my mom all these questions, I want to ask him questions too.
Yeah. I mean, because I guess from the outside looking in, given a little grace, I would say like maybe him knowing that your mom had told you, he was respecting that space of she knows and I don't want to, you know what I mean? Because
because I feel like they had a conversation before I got to Vegas.
Yeah, because you just said how great of a man he was for you, and how he was your father. And if you didn't know, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't make any difference. So with that, it seems like his place in your heart is secure. It has nothing to do with, you know what I mean. And I would just think,
he's secure.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then
not even my real dad can even replace him.
Yeah. So
I want to know who my real dad is, but he still won't be able to replace the father that I've had in my life.
For sure. Have you ever tried to understand why maybe your mom hasn't told you?
I think she might be embarrassed. I think that maybe something didn't fall in her favor. And I don't know, maybe she out of spite took me from him, or
have you ever, and shit, I don't know, but just from the outside looking in, have you ever thought maybe there was some type of trauma or
oh, my mom dealt with a lot of trauma.
So maybe there was some type of trauma or pain behind it, and with that,
she dealt with a lot.
Yeah, we all have to be able to get through things and talk through things, and everybody doesn't do them the same. Everybody doesn't.
They don't.
Everybody doesn't heal the same.
And I love my mama dearly, so I want the world to know that too. I love that woman dearly.
Yeah.
So I'm not angry. I don't hate her. If anything, I love her harder now.
For sure.
I love her harder because she is the reason why, again, I love women, because I get my love from a woman. Mm. I haven't had a dad's love in a long time. Not discrediting my dad in Vegas, but what I'm saying is in the household on a day-to-day basis. Mm. I had my mama's loving. Yeah. So I'm like, this is what I want. I like women. This is nurturing. Men don't stick around. That was the concept that I got from that. Mm. Women will stick around. And I was just like, my mom was the woman that stuck around. So that made me really be comfortable being me and who I am, to be able to love a woman hard like the way I love my mom. Yeah.
Do you think a male figure would have shaped you differently? A positive male figure.
I think I probably would still be a lesbian.
Okay. I just have to ask you that because you said your mom is why you like women. So I was just thinking, if you saw a male who loved women loved your mom in the correct way, do you think it would have shaped you I'm not saying that you wouldn't be a lesbian, but do you think it would have shaped you in a different way?
If I... it probably would have made me second guess dating a woman. Mm. I'm like, okay, well, this man can love his woman the way like this, or love my mom like this, then I want that.
And there's a man that'll love me like that. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay.
But since, like you said, I didn't get that, and I got it from my mom, and I saw the way she loved, I was like, I want that.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like when I talk to some women, and they come from a single household, and so they're more comfortable with the single household.
I come from a single household.
Yeah, and so they don't find the value that they find in a man is different than him just being there consistently. So it's interesting because you're basically you didn't see it, so your value is in a brotherly way. I'm sure you love your brothers. Yeah. Because you said earlier that you love men in a brotherly way, but you didn't see men in the other type of way. You saw
I can't love them like that. So when they tell me like, dang, we wish we had more women that spoke freely like you, the way you uplift us and check in on us and, do all these things like straight women do. I said, well, just because I'm not a straight woman doesn't mean I still don't speak like a woman or carry myself as a woman. I'm not.
But you saw you saw your woman. You saw a woman nurturing. Yeah. You didn't see the opposite, so you're like, I can give it to you. I know how to give it to you.
I can give it to you, but I can't give that to you.
I was even talking about that. I was about you can nurture them, but you've never seen them nurture back. So it's like I know that I can give it to you, but I don't believe you can give it to me because I've never
give
seen
it to me. Yes,
Exactly.
yes, because I don't feel like it's gonna be genuine. It's not gonna be proper. It's not gonna be to my liking. So that's why we gotta stay where we at.
Okay, in the bro zone.
In the bro zone, best friend. Come to your door.
What is this? What was this right here?
Look, if somebody messing with me, you pop up on me, come check me out, like real stuff like that, like just real genuine stuff. No, oh, come over and, no. We gonna come over, smoke, work out, something. We gonna be on that type of. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope you can end up having that conversation with your mom. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important.
I do too.
And when you do, I hope you just have a little bit of grace.
Because I'm gonna try. I can be very scared. I'm a Leo, so.
Well, part of getting older is being able to look at our parents as people too, not just as parents.
We do.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I know she had her own situation too coming up in life. Yeah. She had it hard too. She had it hard with my grandma. Their relationship wasn't the best. And I don't want a repeat of that. I want a good relationship with my mom. I care to have a good relationship with my mom.
Yeah. Well, I hope you reach out.
No matter what.
Well, I hope you reach out. I don't know the situation, but I hope you reach out. Because you only have one mom.
Oh, we talk on a daily basis. Like,
okay. Did you tell her you're doing the podcast?
Huh?
You tell her you're doing the podcast?
She doesn't know about that one, though.
Well, that could be the next conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
My little brother knows, though. My little brother knows. He gonna tap in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So let's get on. I want to talk about where you're at now. What we got going on now, Cassie?
Girl, this is the richest I ever felt. And when I say rich, I don't mean by money.
Okay.
I mean...
You're not rich by money?
Clarify not by money. Because money can't buy this.
Okay. Tell me what this is. You can't find this in stores or online. Okay, tell me what it is. Because they might have been looking for it.
Real love, people. Real love. Real genuine love.
That Mary J. Blige love? If you don't
date someone older than you, go get
your... You sound like you're singing that Mary J. Blige love.
Look. Come on now. Put Mary on. Put on a little record player. Let him play for the people.
I'm not putting no Mary right now. We ain't got that. So, you say this is real love. What makes it real love?
Someone really taking their time with you. Loving you for you. Mm-hmm. I didn't come with a lot. I didn't come broke, but I didn't come with a lot. And someone who can nurture you that you've never been nurtured before. And I'm not talking about a motherly nurture. I mean like now a woman now.
A partner.
Grown, nurturing, loving.
Yeah.
Someone who is like real and who's gonna hold you accountable for every damn thing.
Yeah.
Because we be scared of that. We be scared to hold ourselves accountable until we get with the right person who will hold you accountable for everything.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes you might think that's like being attacked or like I'm not doing something right. No, it's letting you know like the person that you have cares and they want to see you grow and they want you to grow with them because they are already growing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They want you to catch up now.
Mm-hmm.
Maturely.
And this is what she does for you.
This is what she does for me.
Are you guys married?
And that's just a taste of it.
Are you guys married?
No. I want to be married.
What happened?
I'm just waiting for her. I'm waiting for her to be ready.
Okay. So you're also with this. I know that she has children. So how is it with you now stepping in? Because you didn't just step into It's just you. You stepped into a role.
A role, yeah.
So,
but the good thing with that role though is, how can I make it make sense? I don't have to do too much because she has grown kids. They know who, you know what I mean? They know their parents. So I'm not coming in and stepping on anybody's toes.
But how is it for you coming from the type of relationships that you had before to coming into something, because it's not just about him being grown, it's about you're coming into something that's structured and has and I'm assuming has boundaries and standard. Right? Because that's usually how it is when you're dealing with somebody with children, especially children that are like good kids and stuff like that. There's a way that they've been raised and you have to step into that flow. So how is that coming from the type of relationships that you had before, which I think didn't, one of them might have had like a small child, but it wasn't like older children you were dealing with. No. People who could also hold you accountable. Right. Because even in my first, in Utah, I was a stepmom out there too with 2 little girls, but they weren't older. So it was different. If anything, that situation was harder. Okay. Because there were 2 little ones and 2 different dads. How have you grown since that situation to the situation you're at now? I feel like I've grown a lot from that because that prepped me. Even though it didn't prep me for the age that they are now because they're grown, but it still prepped me to where I know how to be a step parent. I know how to step up. Yeah. Not stepping on nobody's feet, not doing no just extra, playing your position. Just playing your position. Just playing my position, playing my role, and that's it. And is it if they call on me? If they call on me and they need me, I'm all ears, I'm all eyes, I'm all whatever you need. I'll send it, I give it to you, whatever I have. Yeah, and I think what you said was real important. You're not trying to step on any toes, but for you to like that right there is not stepping on toes. For you to understand that as a step parent, that's not my place. This is, you know what I mean? Like that shows that you're in that place. Yeah. You know. Right here with it. And like I said, I do what needs to be done. I don't overly try to be super and trying to do the most. No, I do what is asked of me. Yeah. Do you feel is your mask off at home? Or do you feel like it's still? Yeah, I'm very much myself around my lady and when her kids are here. When kids are around. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with both. Yeah. What is different from here when you were in Lompoc? What's that comfortability? I didn't know that beat. You didn't what? I only came back to Lompoc because I was married. Okay. Other than that, I would have stayed my ass in Sac. I would have never came to Lompoc. I would have never went to Vegas and then Lompoc. None of that. I would have still been living out there in Sac. I forgot you were married. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where I was, which is when I first moved from Utah, because I lived in Utah for like 10 years, all through my 20s. I was like 31 when I left. So I was 20 to 21 when I left, and then came back 30 to 31 when I came back to Cali. Okay. So when I came back from Utah, I stayed in Lompoc, maybe give or take 2 to 3 months, and then I lived in Sac the whole rest of that time until she came for me. And then that's how we ended up. When you say she, is your ex? My ex, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's why I was also in a dark place, because she took me somewhere where she knew I didn't want to be at, but because we were married,
I was like, okay, I'm gonna do what I need to do, because she was making it feel like she wanted to be around her family and she missed it and yada yada yada. So I was like, all right, cool. That don't bother me. I be with family, I be around family.
Do you think you carried any of that into either one of your relationships?
Can you repeat that?
Do you think that you carried any of the heaviness into your relationships?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I don't like it. Mm-hmm. I don't like that.
What do you think you carried? What you been making her deal with?
More like just like the trauma that I had in the past. Mm. And I carried the trauma with me.
Put a name on that trauma. What was it?
Okay, so like when I was married and there was any little small altercation, it didn't even have to be anything serious. It could just be a small little issue, small little conflict, but I'm always the one who's the fixer. I'm the fixer, right? At the time, I felt like I was the fixer. But she would have run away from conflict. Mm-hmm. But now, it rubbed off on me. Okay. And I don't like that, because I am the fixer. And I'm still like that. Like, I still want to fix it, but now just like, I get so like nervous, and I don't even know if that's the word when there's a conflict, because I feel like when I had the conflict in the past, she would have run off and go do some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of fixing it right there with us, or just taking a little breather and then coming to fix it. But her conflict was, let me go step out and cheat and see if this is where I want to be at first, and then if I want to come back to the house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are you able to verbalize that now with, you know what I mean? So that
I'm comfortable. I'm getting more comfortable enough to be able to do that. Like I'm still working on myself, but since I have the best partner that I could ever ask for, honestly, and that's not even me being extra about it. I'm being genuine about that.
Yeah.
Like, this woman showed me so much that I didn't even know, to where it scares me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? So now I'm like, whoa, like, hey, I thought I was the one giving or doing stuff like that in my past.
Yeah. But does it does it make you want to be better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my stubborn moments, because I'm it's like I'm familiar with that, because I didn't have that, right? I was that. I didn't have it. I was that.
Yeah.
So it's different when you now have that, and it beats what you thought you was.
Yeah, yeah. Is it
feel me?
Is it love and that unconditional feeling?
Yes. Unconditional.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I feel like with her also being a mom, she know how to. Y'all know how to love correctly. Like, you guys don't have to be taught that, because it's, once you a mother, you already know how to love. You know how to nurture. You just know. You know it.
Yeah.
Right? So with us coming in who never had kids, who could be selfish, right, at times, because we never had kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she had to wake me up a lot. Like, hey, you're not going to get this from nobody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not even her being cocky or conceited either. That's just being real, because I know she's right. I know I won't find another like her.
Yeah. Are you guys going to have kids? You said something about children. No.
No kids.
You don't want kids?
At first I did, but I think I'm becoming okay not having kids.
Okay.
I'm okay being a step parent. I'm okay living through their future and seeing what they got, going on their end, and
does your partner
getting married and having kids.
Does your partner want another child? No. I got it.
She want to live her life.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I just gotta ask the questions. Yeah, I just gotta ask the questions.
I don't blame her though. I really don't blame her because she dealt with a lot coming up too. So she had to put herself last for her babies, and I think that's what made me love her so hard. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have no kids, how can you learn to love somebody? Because they help you learn to love.
Well, I think it's a form. I think you can still learn to love without having kids.
True.
Yeah.
You can. Because, look at me. I'm doing it now. But, I'm a step parent, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm doing it now. But I just feel like sometimes her love, I don't know if I should even say this, because it's not a competition, but I just feel like sometimes her love feels hard, like she loves me harder. And I'm thinking, like, I love her harder. We love hard. Like, you know how a person like, I love hard.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
For some, I can't.
Because for some people, it's like stepping on necks. Like, don't be on my neck thinking you loving me hard. Like, let me breathe a little bit. You know what I mean? So what is like loving hard? Like, what is that? Let's get to that. What does that mean?
Well, like you said, unconditional.
Okay. Yeah.
Like that. Like, for sure,
straightforward love. Just straightforward. This is what you see is what you get. I love it. Okay, Cassie. All right, Cassie. Love is love.
Love is love.
Let me do a heart.
Right. Love is love with the heart. Yeah. Love is love, baby. Love is love. No matter how you get the love, just get it.
Well, I think sometimes you got to worry about how you get it. There's a lot of ways people can get love, Cassie.
Yep, exactly. Because, be like, at first, like, I had, worried about those because I haven't strictly dated a white woman and for, like, so long since, like, I was in, like, teenage years, like, talking stage. So I always wondered how others would view me. Like, oh, well, why is she all of a sudden with a white person now? Why is she with a white woman now? Why is she not with a Hispanic or a black woman like she was before?
I don't think anybody says that. I think we stop at Cassie's with the white woman now. We just stop there. That's what it is.
Hey, it ain't like I ain't trying them all. They just wasn't good for me.
I don't know if I like the way that you said that. You know what I mean?
Well,
you know what I mean? I don't know if I...
Well, the ones that...
Shout out to your partner, though, because I love her.
Yes.
Yeah. And she's going to love this real conversation.
And she not no square-ass person.
Nuh-uh. She's a trapezoid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's not square. She's a trapezoid.
Like, she's her at the end of the day, no matter what, who she's with, who she's around. But she definitely know.
She know what's going on.
She know what's going on. Far from a dummy.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let me just ask you, was your sexuality always accepted around you? Or did you have to navigate that on your own?
That's a good question. Well, I didn't really feel like I had to navigate, really. But I did have a person tell me that they don't understand why I date women. And it was my older brother's father, his father. Mm-hmm. Before I didn't have a Facebook anymore, he inboxed me.
Okay.
And he was like, "Hey, Cass, my beautiful baby." He was like, "What happened? What happened to you?" He was like, "You was my baby. You was my everything." And I said, "Huh?" He said, "Why are you dating women?" I said, "Because I can." He was like, "But why?" I'm like, "Because I want to."
Yeah.
I'm like, is there a reason why you asking me these questions? Because, yet again, you're not my father, so... Mm-hmm. And he never played that father role. He was never even around us like that to begin with. So that threw me back. Like, out of all the people who had an issue with it, it was my older brother's dad.
Yeah.
To tell me how disappointed he was in me.
That was the only person. So, wow.
My mom wasn't even disappointed. You know what she said, V? She said, good, because I ain't got to worry about you bringing in no babies.
A win is a win. Mama said a win is a win. And
that's when my older brother went and chewed his dad out after that.
Yeah.
Because he's like, you don't hold no value over here to be questioning her.
Yeah. But that's beautiful that you had that support. Everybody doesn't get that support. You know what I mean?
Because my mom did ask me when I was in high school. I was like maybe a freshman going to sophomore. She asked. I was doing homework, coming down, getting some help, and I think I was in homeschool because I got kicked out of high school.
Okay.
And she was like, "Are you gay? Do you like women?" And at the time, I didn't answer her fully, or I didn't give her a real answer at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't honest.
Yeah.
Yet, because I was too young. I was like, I'm not answering that.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to say I became fully open when I turned. Let me see, because we lived in Simi Valley. Yeah, so when I turned 18, 19, or 20 in between those, and I lived in Simi Valley. Yeah. I want to say 19, 20. When I lived in Simi Valley, that's when I came all the way open. All the way, fully.
When even though you told her no at that time, do you think that her being on the outside, from hearing the story, it sounds like she was very open. Does it sound like
I just didn't like the way she asked it, though. It was too aggressive for me.
But I'm wondering, do you think you were so willing to come out at an older age and so free to do it because of how open she was with you growing up? Yeah.
Yeah, and I just felt like if I say yes and I'm not really that, then I'm saying yes for no reason.
Yeah. Well, I understand as a child why you didn't, but I'm like, do you think that you being able to...
her.
Yeah, because, I mean, for me as a parent to come to your child and ask that, I mean, you have an inkling, right? But it seems like she came to you, asked you, she didn't press you. You said no, but that was still a mother. She's grown. That was in a mother's mind. And you still had the freedom to come out on your own. And I'm just wondering, because there's people who hide that type of stuff until their parents pass away because they're scared.
Oh, no, I was going to let that be a thing. Because then I'm still not being true to myself before she passed.
Yeah. Okay.
And I wanted to be true to myself so I could be truthful to her. And if I would have known that was going to be her responsible, like, well, shit, I ain't got to worry about no kids, I would have been told her.
Yeah, but it was just something in you.
It was something in me that stopped myself from being fully open with her at that moment.
Yeah. Yeah. But do you think that was just you coming into who you were? Like, how were you going to answer something when you weren't sure? You were so young.
Exactly. That's how I'm like, I mean, because I couldn't be like, I don't know. You know, like.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm not going to answer that question at all.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. You want to, I want to get into what you're doing right now, your entrepreneur stuff. The Vibe Room. All that. Tell me about it.
So I do have a little Vibe Room in here. It's for, I want to eventually start doing podcasts like you, recording some of my home workouts here, in either in my Vibe Room or my in-home gym.
Okay.
To get more, get more of an audience, a crowd, to show y'all what I do in here on a day-to-day basis, and not working a 9 to 5, and it's different.
Are you not working a 9 to 5 right now?
No, I'm not. Yeah, not right now. I'm not working a 9 to 5. I just everything is off the hustle, off the muscle.
I love that. Okay. And so you're a personal trainer, and then your Vibe Room is going to support that with your content and stuff. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Mhm. Because I want to be open to everything, because when you do become an entrepreneur, you don't just stop at one thing. Mm-hmm. Your mental really starts going like, okay, well, I can do this too then. Well, I'm going to go do this too. Yeah. Well, now I'm going to start doing this too.
Why not?
So that's, that's how I just started just trying to get my hands in every little thing. Like, I'm even thinking about bringing back my fitness brand that I used to have in Utah.
Yeah, which would make sense if you're already a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I want to wear my own stuff now.
What got you into that? What got you into entrepreneurship and personal training?
I'm glad you asked that. Well, for one, the only reason with the entrepreneur, so I was security. I'm still certified security. Regardless of my security business, I'm still a certified security to go work security jobs. Okay. So I worked down the street from my house, but that was a blessing. So I worked there for a year and some months, but then the contract went out. Okay. And they had no work for me after. The work that they did have was like mediocre, month or two. I'm grown. I don't want to be bounced around. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Bump it. I'm going to go full-fledged and working on my security business and then start training on the side. And that's exactly how I started doing that as far as going to entrepreneur because of my job. The contract was up, taking so long to get back to work. Even now, the work out there, the jobs, it's like, it's crazy. Like, it's not easy right now finding a job.
Was that in Lompoc you started it, or you started it when you got where you're at?
As soon as I got here. I've always been in fitness, though. Everywhere I've been. Any place I've lived at, I've always started my fitness everywhere. Yeah. I just never went full-blown and going into, like, personal trainer.
Oh, okay.
But the personal training, the fitness part comes from my mom. My mom is a diabetic. Okay. She hasn't always been a diabetic. That recently happened when a little after we moved to Cali. Mm-hmm. She went through depression when her and my stepfather split, and it's hard to talk about that story, seeing your mom in that way.
State, yeah.
But that's what carried me to be a fitness trainer, because one day my mom finally gave me her key to her room, because I wasn't seeing her. We weren't seeing her at first. Mm-hmm. She would slide notes and grocery lists under the door for my older brother to take me to the store, to go grocery shopping, to go pay the bills, to pay the rent. I've been paying bills and rent since I was a young, little girl. Yeah. I've always done grocery shopping, so I'm very familiar with how to do those things because of her. And one day she finally let me in, and like I said, my mom was never a big girl. She was a little thick in the hips, thick thighs, big butt. They know my mom for that. Yeah. But she blew up. Mm. And that was hard. That was hard to see her like that. Yeah. Seeing your parent go through a depression that you had no knowledge of, because parents, they like to keep stuff from you.
Yeah. Or I would like to say they like to protect you. Yeah. Like
and I know she was doing it to protect us and not want us to worry and stress, but I still stressed. I still worried after seeing her like that. And when the doctor told my mom that she needs to, lose that weight or she will die, because she's not made to be that big.
Yeah.
So I took it upon myself. The way I started was just mediocre stuff. Took her to Ryan Park, walks, jogs. Slowly, surely changed her food diet, but not so much. But once we moved from Lompoc to Simi Valley, that's when I became, I don't know where this came from. Like the fitness part just jumped in on me as soon as we moved to Simi Valley. And I got my mom down from 3-something to 2-something to 1-something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I had her in that community gym in our area.
Yeah.
cardio, lifted a little bit, cardio, lifted a little bit, and then what it did was I broke her all the way down, stripped her from the foods that was making her that way. Nothing but salads, more, clean food, clean eats, no sugar, no all that Lay's, Coke, that was out. I did reward her with a Diet Coke when she did good.
That's good.
And she brought herself all the way down. She dyed her hair. The black skin was glowing. You hear me? I wish I had a video to show up on the screen for y'all.
Yeah, that's dope.
I wish I did.
So, what do you want people to gain out from your fitness other than just losing the weight? Like, what's your...
I want people to know, like, even if you're bigger than me, I could still give you what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of people that I train that are bigger than me. They're not skinny like me, but they believe in me.
Yeah.
They believe I can get them to where they want to be, what their goals are.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, I'm not here just for fitness. I'm here to motivate you too as well.
Yeah. Do you think...
Like, I'm here to motivate you to get up and go.
Like a life coach, kind of.
Like a life coach, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's more than just fitness. Fitness is a part of me. It will always be a part of me. That is me. But the life coach is me. That is what I am first.
Do you think that what you went through has helped your hustle and your mindset?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. How?
Yes. It made me, because at that time I was losing myself, right? I'm losing focus of myself and why I'm here. Mm-hmm. And I needed a wake-up call. I needed to remind myself who the hell I am still. Who I really am. Who I think I am. Who I know that I am.
But who are you?
The one and only who does it all.
So
I do it all. I'm not going to stick to one thing because I don't want people to put me in the box. Whatever I do and I put my all into it.
So when I have guests on here, I ask them, who is Cassie? And I need you to tell me who Cassie
entrepreneur. Is. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a go-getter. I'm a hustler. I'm a living testimony. Like a lot of things to back me up and show for. And that's why I liked when you asked about my mom, because that is something that I always wanted to put on a platform to people to see. I just didn't know when, how and when I wanted to share that because it was a touchy subject. Mm-hmm. But I had a lot of people tell me, you need to put that out there some way, somehow.
Yeah, you need to talk. Yeah, you should talk to your mom. You should talk to your mom.
Yeah.
At least so that when this goes out, she's not blindsided.
Yeah. I'm gonna let her know.
Yeah.
I'm like, it ain't all bad. It was definitely some good in there, so.
Well, yeah, and I've had other guests that they talked about things that their family didn't know about, and it kind of helped them open the door to be able to have the conversation. You know what I mean? So you never.
But see, my mom is aware that I be wanting to have that convo with her, so she's not, she's not blindsided by that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen. I was just listening. I'm not a counselor. I just play one on Words on the Street.
Words on the Street.
I'm not. I just play one on the Words on the Street. That's it. Okay. Have you ever felt like your past followed you?
Like as a child, or just things that I went through just throughout life?
Just sometimes people feel like their past follows them, like they just can't get away from certain stuff.
At first, yeah. At first I did, At first I did feel like that for a little bit. Mm-hmm. But now I don't really feel like that anymore. Like, I feel like, the crazy thing is like, I get this all the time from people. They're like, when you move, how do you just forget things and then just start being you? Mm-hmm. I said, because that's the whole part of moving. To go be you. Like, I was myself there, but I wasn't myself in a good way.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go be myself somewhere else where it's more positivity around me.
With support.
And a lot of support, yes. And that's why it's easy for me to have that mask off and be myself.
So I have 4 questions left for you.
Okay.
These might be the hardest ones. What would you tell
skip it.
Right? What would you tell your younger self? What would you tell little Cassie with the pigtails?
Oh man. Never give up on yourself. Even when you're at your darkest times and you feel the lowest and where you feel like you have nobody, still never give up on yourself.
What kind of woman are you becoming right now?
I'm a survivor. I'm just kidding.
Get it. However you need to express it. However you need to express it.
I would like to say I'm becoming an amazing woman. I still have things to work on, but I feel like everybody do. We always have stuff to work on.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm definitely becoming more of an amazing woman. I feel like I'm stronger. I'm becoming wiser, less naive with things, you know. And yeah, that's how I look at myself, as a strong soul. Like a strong old soul. That's how I look at myself. A strong old soul.
Now you're an old soul, okay.
Just the old soul part though. Not old, the old soul. I have people tell me like, you look young but you have an old soul.
Yeah. I can see
right? Because when I start speaking to older people, they're like, damn. And how old are you again? I'm like, I'm blah, blah. They're like, okay. Yeah. They're like, okay, Miss Lady.
No, for real. So if someone from Lompoc is watching and feels stuck, what would you tell them?
You said what?
If someone was from Lompoc and they're feeling stuck, what would you tell them?
Get your ass out of Lompoc and go make a life for yourself. It's more to Lompoc. It's more to life. It's more to your world. And if it don't work out when you traveling around and you having to go back to Lompoc like I did, try to make the best of it and keep your ass out of drama.
Yeah.
And focus on you, your goal, and if you have a partner at the time, focus on them. If not, focus on yourself. Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision. Is there anything that you want to say that we didn't go over, that you just wanted to talk about, you just want to get off your chest? You know, anything. These candies are good.
That's... Because I know we said a lot, but... Just don't ever judge a book by its cover when you don't know the full details.
What do you think people judge?
Me, who I talk to, who I'm with, who I'm around. And might be a little jealousy because I don't live in Lompoc anymore. You know, I get talked about each time I'm not in Lompoc, and I don't know why that is. Because when I'm there, I don't hear anything, but when I'm not there, that's when you hear everything. But I'm also used to that too.
Does any of it matter though?
Huh?
Does any of it matter though?
It doesn't even bother me.
Yeah.
People gonna talk, people gonna say, people gonna listen, people gonna feed into it. Some won't even have your back, even if they is cool with you. But they, you know, people always listen in and never really stop the other person from like, hey, you know, if you feel like that,
speak up for you. Speak up for you.
Speak up for me. But I don't have those people, so.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And if I do, I don't know who.
Yeah.
And that's not even to bash nobody. If I do have people out there that really speak for me, I love them.
Well, the thing is, when you have a partner, who cares what anybody else says? Your partner got your back.
Exactly. And that's what makes me worry less.
Yeah. Okay, so my last question for you is, do you feel like...
Give it
to me. Do you feel like leaving that relationship, talking about your last relationship, was the moment you chose yourself?
I sure the hell did. And that was the best decision I could have ever done. And I should have done it sooner, but I did it. But since I did now, if I could restart, I would have chose myself sooner, that same second, right then.
Right there. All right. Thank you, Cassie. Will you come back?
You know, I'm going to come back tomorrow.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you for taking the time. That's Words on the Street. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Yes.